this Bami Goreng. I don't know how you say it, but this was one of those discounted things I got in Aldi. As I've been telling you, I've got the Aldi app, and the Aldi app gives you discounts, and I got so much off of this, and I thought I'd give it a try. So I've got that to drink. I got a Pepsi Max, a proper one this time. Here we are. Oh, I bought this from Iceland's, and as you can see, it's old stock. I don't want old stock, I want new stock. Stop giving me all the old stock. But you can have this. A bit of bottle cap in the old lug-hole. But anyway, I got the door, I got the eyebrow and the paw. Lip-smacking worst fetching, lip-smacking thirst-quenching, ever-fizzing, fizzing Pepsi. Cheers, guys. Oh. Pepsi Max. Okay, guys, I was gonna talk to you today, tell you a little story, because this is really nice. I fried this in the pan because you got two options. You can either put it in the microwave, but you got to put it in there for like 10 minutes, and then do something, and then give it another another 6 minutes. You only no, another 10 minutes. It takes about ages anyway, about 20 minutes in total to actually do it in the microwave. So I thought I'll just fry it because it only takes about 15 minutes. And oh, look at the colour in it, guys, wonderful. Right, I'm going to Lidl today, and I'm gonna get more of this because it's delicious. I did chef it up. It has got some aromat, chicken seasoning and salt in it, but oh, look at that, look, sweet corn. I think there's mushroom in there too. Anyway, I was telling you. So after the PlayStation 1, you got the Dreamcast, which was this little fellow, and a delightful little fellow it was. I bought one of those. coming down in price and had everything on them. Including the new Resident Evil Code Veronica. So, what had happened is my nephew had brought his round because he'd bought one and played Code Veronica on it, left it with me, and I played the rest of the game. But I had to get one. So, I bought one and got, of course, Code Veronica on it, you know, which is even now my favourite game in the world. And soon after, they brought out Resident Evil 2 on it, which looked even better than the PlayStation. Then they brought out Resident Evil 3 on it, which looked better than the PlayStation. And then they brought out Dino Crisis, and they literally had everything. It was Tomb Raider, Dino Crisis, Resident Evil, nearly almost all of them. Amazing lineup of games, plus lots of other games that were on it that were brilliant. So I bought one and I was happy. My wife at the time went, "That's it now, you ain't getting any more." I said, "I don't need any more. That's all I need. Don't need any more. God, you know, you better not." So I'm now enjoying my Dreamcast. And about 2 months later, they announced that they were stopped, that they're going to stop making it. The reason for this was because of this little chap. The PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2. Looked, graphic-wise, easily the same, if not better, than the Dreamcast. It used DVD-ROM for its storage, you know. So you didn't need CD anymore, like the Dreamcast still used. So everything would all be on one disc, whereas if it was a big game, it'd be 2 discs on the Dreamcast. And then the biggest thing of all is the PlayStation. Played DVDs, and that was a very important thing at the time. I'm not joking, guys. I've been looking for some sort of healthy stuff, you know, to eat, and it's really difficult to find it. I mean, this is delicious. I absolutely love it. But anyway, so because they was not making it anymore, I said to my wife, of the time, they're not making the Dreamcast anymore. So Your life flashes before you. After she, brought me back to life, killed me again, brought me back to life again. She went, well, why did you get that one then? I said, I didn't know. She said, well, you get that, that's it, that's the last one. I said, I know. So I give my Dreamcast to my daughter, my eldest daughter, I think. And because my youngest daughter still had a Sega Mega Drive, which she loved. She used to play Aladdin on it all the time. But yeah, so I bought a PlayStation 2 and I loved it. This must have been about 2001, I'd say. And what was really cool is they brought all the good games out. There's a game called Headhunter, which I loved, that was on Dreamcast. So I got that on PlayStation 2. They brought out Code Veronica, and actually it was the Code Veronica X with all the extra scenes in it, so it was pretty cool that I had a sort of better version really of that. And you could still play PlayStation 1 games, so I still had Resident Evil 2 and 3, even if they didn't look quite as good. Still had them. Then one day, my son's friend come round, and he used to play pool with my son. I had a big, massive, giant house at the time, a beautiful house, and it was so big I had a snooker table in the dining room, and I got to know him because we started playing pool and everything, and we used to talk, and he became a bit like a friend. Anyway, he come round one day because he knew about all the gaming and stuff, so he's gone, look at this. I've looked. He shows me this magazine, and the magazine has got these pictures. Not that kind of a magazine. It's a games magazine. And this side, it had a picture of the old Resident Evil on PlayStation 1. And this side had pictures from the remake that they had just started making. So he's showing me this, and I'm sitting there like Hannibal Lecter. You know that bit when she goes, oh, you can swim for up to an hour, you can lie on the beach, bird's nest there, and he's like going, I was like that. I was literally drooling, looking at these things. I said, I'm getting that. I said, when that comes out, I'm getting it day one, day it comes out, which I've never done. He goes, then he drops the bombshell. It's only gonna be on GameCube, which was a new console by Nintendo. So my wife, I think, was in Australia at the time, but she immediately just transmuted back into my living room and up to my ear hole and went, "You ain't getting any more." I said, "But it's only on GameCube." She said, "I don't care, you ain't getting any more. You've got the PlayStation 2 now." I said, "But it's not on it." She said, "I don't care. You've got that now." Anyway, things happened, and it became 2002. As time ticks by, that's what happens, as you know. So we had to move out of this beautiful house, and it was awful. We had to go into a temporary place, which was okay, but it was a bit of a sort of not a very happy time. Anyway, after a couple of months, we had to move out in May. We finally got another place, and we moved in there in about July. Now, the GameCube was coming out. No, it was already out, sorry. But Resident Evil Remake wasn't coming out until September the 13th. So this was about the end of July. So the GameCube at the time was about 149 quid. Just for the console. And nothing else. You had to buy a memory card separately, and of course the games. So we went out in August, me and wifey at the time. We went to Bromley, and they had a game station there. It was a lovely hot day. And in the window was a black GameCube with a memory card and a game, the Star Wars game, for 134 quid. I said, "That's cheap." I said, "The console," I said, "is like 150 quid. I said, "That comes with a memory card." I said, "And a game." She goes, "Buy it then." So I'm now happy as Larry. We goes in, buy it, and I've now got a GameCube. Come September, it's Friday the 13th of September. 2002. And my wife used to go out like every day, come back later, you know, go out selling her pins. And I said, can you buy Resident Evil remake while you're out? She said, alright then. So, it was a Friday, and I don't think my nephew came round that weekend for whatever the reason, but I had my son and his mate and my next door neighbours I'd made friends with there. They always used to come in, have a drink with us, you know, watch a film. Anyway, we watched a film, and I said to my mate, go on and put it on, let's see what it's like. So we put it on, and oh my goodness me, it looks so good.
Jill, go and investigate. I'm going with her.
And
Chris and I go back a long way. All right, you two go. I'll secure this area. Stay sharp.
I can't tell you how happy I was. It was so good. And running around in the mansion now. And they had thunder and lightning throughout. They just made what was already an absolutely brilliant game into a masterpiece. And I still remember it now, to this day. And it was just great, you know, putting on the GameCube, you know, putting the little disc in, because it took these little discs, putting it in, turning it on, and it doing the little blocks, you know, that form the sort of the logo. Buying the RGB cable, you know, so I was all set. Yeah, it was a very special time, and I was just thinking about it the other day, you know, how it all sort of came about, and going through all the consoles. I mean, you then had the Xbox came out, and what happened was in the end I had all three. I did Xbox, GameCube and PlayStation 2. That way, you know, if one just come out exclusive to another, I had it, so I couldn't lose anymore, you know. But yeah, I have very fond memories of the GameCube. I thought I'd share with you. So thanks for joining me, guys. I'm giving this 10 out of 10. I'm going out now and I'm going to get more of that, because that is absolutely superb. Oh yeah. It's great to see you all, guys. I will be back very soon. But in the meantime, have yourselves